Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We just thought we would have a little chat with these beautiful people about David Traynor's mediumship event coming up on the 20th of February in Crawley Down. So thank you so much, David, for being here and joining me.
And thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And also Rustie Lee, who's amazing. I remember watching Rustie on TV when I was, oh my goodness, really young.
Well, I've less than that now.
I was thinking, wow, yeah, that's a long time ago. And it was so sweet to hear Becky met you and lovely. And then Becky is a dear friend of mine. We think we've known each other for about a decade, and we don't spend a huge amount of time together, but when we do, there's always something magic that happens, isn't there?
Oh, we talk a lot, don't we?
Probably, yeah, we do actually. And there's always some kind of random conversation we have with someone, isn't there, in a cafe or something?
Well, it's lovely. Isn't it lovely to think that when you meet someone, because of meeting, you know Becky, and because of Becky, now you know me, and now you know David as well. So it's really lovely how things happen.
Isn't it? I just think
Amazing.
that is my favorite thing about life, actually, is that we're all
Yes.
connected in some way or another, aren't we?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You want to know about this lovely David, though. I'm so proud of David Traynor. I've been very lucky in my life to have met Doris Stokes and worked with her. And this gentleman surpasses Doris. I have to say, forgive me, Doris, but he is absolutely amazing. Doris was the real deal. David is absolutely the real deal. Have a word with him and you'll be amazed.
And I think I was going to say to you, David, because I think mediumship, I obviously, as you know, I connect mostly with the angels, although sometimes mediumship happens. It's not the main focus for me. And I always think that mediumship, above all, is such a healing thing, because there's nothing more beautiful and more loving than hearing from spirit, is there, when you've lost a loved one, and there's just something so comforting about that. So thank you so much for the work that you do.
Absolutely. Where the spirit touches, it heals. And of course, really, people like me are the God-given people to help the healing process when somebody loses somebody, and that's what it is about. I also work with some angelics as well. I love the angels.
There's always a little bit of a crossover, I find, is that we have a main focus, but there's always a crossover because we're all in the same place, aren't we? So
I work with Archangel Michael, Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and Ezekiel. They're the usual ones that come in and help me sometimes, and they assist you, don't they, on your journey. It's wonderful, isn't it? Just when you need that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually see that the archangels and angels can be like gatekeepers for that mediumship that comes through, because they're so loving. They're almost like standing there, able to then deliver the message from our loved ones. So can you share a little bit about how you first came to this work, David? Did it kind of choose you?
Yes, it did. And I didn't seek the spirit. The spirits connected with me, and my father was an undertaker, and as a kid I used to we'd go and collect somebody's body that had passed, and I used to get up in the morning, and maybe I was only 5, and I used to tell him who they were and how they'd gone and etc. And they used to go mad. They used to flip. Wow. My mum and dad, and they brought somebody who was part of the Catholic Church. He was a Monsignor from the Vatican, and he trained there, and he just came out and he had a chat with me, and he told my dad I had a gift and that I'd grow out of it.
You grow out of it. Oh.
And then
wrong.
Absolutely. And then all of a sudden, as my life went on, my spiritual gift developed. But of course, like anything, it was the best kept secret in those days, you know. But when I look back, everything that's been in my life has been planned for me to be able to assume this position as psychic and spirit medium David Traynor. And then, of course, I met Rustie, and Rustie can tell you about that, can't you, Rustie?
I was going to say, because Rustie, you've had obviously lots of experiences with David and connecting with your loved ones.
Yes. What happened was I kept on getting this message from this person. You know, you hear about a lot of people connecting with you on social media because of being a celebrity. And of course, I kept on having this message from this person saying, Rustie, I understand that you can read the cards. And I thought, hang on, who's this? Who's this? Because I only read for my, you know, close friends. I only read the cards from my close friends. I'm very good at it, by the way. And, that's my own trumpet. And,
that's all right.
And so I kept on getting these messages. And then one day I thought I'll get in touch with this person because it said, could you think of me for the psychic, what was the psychic? Could I vote for you for the psychic?
Oh, one of the sort of like the best psychics or something. Yeah.
Yes. I was up for the mind, body, and spirit, the mind, body, and soul in Chatter's Fate.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like one of those kind of awards locally.
Really big. And I thought, whoa, this isn't a loony. I'm not being impressed by it. I thought,
so you thought you'd better try it out.
I thought I'll just ring him, and I called him. He was in Spain, at his home in Spain, and I thought, okay. Yes, and he said, he started to, long story short, he said, I'll read for it. I said, I'll read for you and you read for me. So that's right. I started reading the cards for David, and they were very accurate. He said, oh, Rustie, you're very good. I said, okay. So I finished the reading and I did all that. And then he said, I'll read for you. So he started saying, I can see so-and-so coming in. I thought, what's he talking about? I expected him to read the cards. And he was telling me about these spirits, and he was telling me about, excuse me, it's filling me up now, people that had gone, my beloved ones who had gone, who he would not have known an iota about. And then all of a sudden he said, there's this young woman here called Leslie Ann. She said she's sorry she had to go like this. Well, I was in floods of tears. We were doing like this, a video call like this. And I had to run to the bathroom. I was in floods of tears because it was my sister who had passed over. He had no idea. And he was telling me all the things that only I could ever know. There is no way it wasn't up in social media anywhere. There was no way. He couldn't have checked out anything about it at all. So many deep personal things was in that message. And I was in tears. And from that moment, I trusted and believed this.
The thing is, it's like, I think mediumship, because it's when it's things that you know that are so deeply personal to you, and then it gives us such an evidence that there is life after this one. It's so, I mean, I don't think there's anything more. I never want to not be in awe of that, to be honest. I never want to be like, oh yeah, that's normal. Because even if I know that, I think it's incredible that we can do that for each other. So yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? How beautiful. So you're definitely a fan then.
And I've been in cars where I'm driving up to, I've been in cars where I'm driving to someone. I phoned David, we're talking, and he's the driver. The one driver nearly crashed the car because I was going to Manchester to do a show, and the driver was talking to David, and he said, oh, your grandfather's just popped in. He said, that's my boy. And the guys, and he was telling him what was about, and this situation was, this man was looking after his grandfather and sending money over to his country to look after them. Although the grandfather had died, he was still looking at. And the guy, he said, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. Again, you can't make it up, can you? Yeah, amazing.
Can't make it up. David is so incredible. I just really want everyone to know him, and it's not morbid. It's fun. It will be an evening of fun. It will be so rewarding, and it also
Uplifting.
puts a lot of things in place. It's uplifting because a lot of people have got a lot of things that have hung on to their lives.
Yeah,
And the
I was going to
person
say it
put
helps them
spirit.
to really let go and move on, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Correct.
I'm an automated artist as well. That means I psychically draw the people in the space as I'm going along throughout the demonstration as well.
Yeah, because I was going to say, actually, Becky, that's one of the things that you told me, wasn't it, about your mum? You said that suddenly he started to draw a picture of your mum.
Yeah, and we were talking about obviously what was going on and me at the time, and he drew it. I looked and I said, "That's my mum," but not my mum. She was in hospital.
Yeah, wow. And again, you can't, again, he wouldn't know what your mum looks like or is like. Yeah, amazing.
I've just actually done a going live session. I do these free going lives on my Facebook, and I drew this lady, and she's only passed in a week ago for her loved one there, just there. And she said it was absolute exact likeness of her mum, and she was absolutely thunderstruck that her mum had passed 1 week and I'd drawn her a complete stranger.
1 week. David, tell Anna about your mum, please.
About my mum?
Your mummy.
Oh, when she died, you mean?
When she passed over.
Yeah,
yes.
My mum, I'd looked at my wife and myself, my wife Andrea and myself, and we'd looked after my mum for 14 years, 15 years. She'd lived with us here. She had dementia, and we'd looked after her, but for the last 6 years, she couldn't talk or walk. She was dead from the neck up, so we had to feed her. We still took her to restaurants, and she was still very
Had her hair done all the time.
And on Easter Sunday at 3 o'clock, her head flopped forward at 92, and she was dead. So me, Barry, and I, we picked her up and just put her on the floor while we waited for the ambulance, lay her down with a cushion under her head, and put her so she just looked rested. And I watched her step out of her skin. She'd not been able to talk for 6 years before that, not a word. Because of that, it took her speech. And I came into my office here, sat down atoned, and had a full-blown conversation with her.
Oh my goodness.
Whilst her body was in the
because you could then feel her spirit. Wow.
I could just connect. It's just
my goodness. And how healing that is for you immediately.
Yeah, I couldn't cry. I didn't cry. I couldn't cry because I've done my best, obviously. She was 92, and we've done everything. We never went anywhere without her. She was on holidays, restaurants, demonstrations, everything. My mum came with us, but her body was in there, and I was having a full-blown conversation with that woman.
Incredible. Isn't that incredible?
Incredible. And life, it just shows you that, we are so much more than our human bodies, and that we're always connected. And we were talking about that, we're connected to each other, but then the love goes on and on and on and on all the time.
Absolutely.
So if people are interested in coming to see you, and they're local, near where I am in Crawley Down, on the 20th of February, just tell us a little bit about the evening and what people can expect.
Okay, so the doors open at 7 o'clock, and Rustie's going to be presenting me that evening. So Rustie, we've worked before. Rustie will present me, and we are going to be doing messages. It starts at 8 o'clock, the demonstration, till around 9, and then there's usually a short interval of 15 or 20 minutes, and then it goes on from 20 past 9 till 10:30. So it's a full demonstration.
That's a long time, isn't it? Yeah.
And we do 2 hours. We connect all the time, all the way through that. We're connecting, giving messages, psychic art as we go along. And I'm a medium who moves direct, so I'm not asking for the public's information. I'm moving to them telling
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
And Rustie will be interjecting and you know, jogging it along. And then just before we end, we give the people the opportunity to ask us any questions. Maybe people want to know how it works or what
General
it is.
questions, yeah.
Yeah, and it's absolutely. And then you know, at 10:30 it's done, and people go away having a fantastic experience, certainly with the feedback that we've had in the previous events. Because,
yeah, and I was going to say as well, if people are watching this, because I know some of my audience are in all sorts of different places, and even if they are local, we can't always come to a particular evening. Is there a way that people can contact you if they want to have a reading or anything like that with you?
Yeah, sure. They can go to www.davidtraynor.com. I also have Facebook, like yourself.
Yeah, I'll make sure I include your website and everything so people can find your details as well.
Yeah.
And it just means that, you know, if people are interested and they want to stay in touch with you, or that there's just no way that they can come to an event in England, that it means that they, because I know so many of my clients as well, you know, a lot of them are really grieving. There's always comments. In fact, I posted something yesterday and there's just streams of people that are always talking about missing, you know, their grandma or their sister or even their child, which is so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. I think it's beautiful what you do.
Thank you so much for having us here. You know, it's been
I'm so excited. I'm hoping to be able to come, so I'm just waiting to see if I can come. But if not, I'll definitely stay in touch with you. I'm always just so excited to hear from my loved ones. So it'll be amazing.
David, can't you just give her a quick little something?
And I can see if anybody comes forward. Absolutely. Would you want that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to.
Okay, let's see. I do have a lady actually who's linking in, coming for. Do you not want to record this, because this could cough up private information?
Oh, okay. We'll do it. We'll do it in a moment then. That's fine. But I'm happy to share again my experience in the text also once we've done the reading as well.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, David.
You're welcome.
And Rustie and Becky, thank you so much, everyone. Please check out David's website. I'll post all the details also within this video. But it's February the 20th at 7 p.m. if you can join us in Crawley Down.
That's great.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's lovely.
So